Yeah. Connection ended. We're back though. Yeah, they don't. Last day, they want to make it difficult for me. Yeah, hopefully everything's good now. I don't know. Sometimes just YouTube in general. Like my internet's not bad. It's just YouTube can be a pain in my butt. And I believe it's my internet. Jeez almighty. Hold on there, people. We are experiencing turbulence. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's YouTube will just randomly say no data and the live stream disconnects. So I don't know. My internet's fine. I just checked the status of it. So I don't. YouTube is extremely difficult to live stream on. The connection between OBS and live streaming is awful. Lauren, I appreciate it. I know, right, Stock? They don't want you to win. It's still poor connection, so bear with it. I'm not trying to restart it again. It should be good now. If you guys can re-like the video, I appreciate it. I know it's a hassle, but I'm just basically restarting an entire new live stream. Rabo, is it correct after the expansion we went into this consolidation? Now we've had only two options to continue the expansion, which didn't happen, or AMD up and down. Oh, I gotta reread that. Are you talking about what happened this whole week? Yeah, I mean, you have to think back to core content in lesson 1. Kind of 4 cycles of the market. Consolidation, expansion, consolidation, retracement, reversal. Those type of things move in a cycle all the time. They don't always move in the same cycle, but they will move in cycles. Done liked it. Thank you very much. Oh, I want to see here. If I was to take a trade and to go long in here, I have to have some clear evidence. Why? Because if I'm fighting an overall narrative which is bearish, I'm not trying to counter that, because any bullish models could easily fail, and you could easily be stopped out trying to reverse an overall. You're catching a falling knife. I'm not trying to do that. I wouldn't suggest doing so. So you need a lot of evidence for it. If you're a contrarian person, you probably disagree with what I'm saying, and you probably want to be long in here, which is fine. It's your personal style. Stock Magician, all right. Have a good weekend. Yeah, I'll update everything on Twitter and on YouTube, so it'll be there. Mauricio, thank you for your support and being an excellent, exceptional mentor. I look forward to learning from you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the words. DXY dropping lower. Yeah, I just dollar index it's got to have a significant movement. Even yesterday we had a significant movement, so it's hard to trust dollar index at times, especially the way it's been in the past year or two. When it's consolidating on a macro level, all the micro movements, they're not going to have as a heavy impact as I would like to believe. So Daniel, I mean, I can try. That's the way I talk, especially when I'm caffeinated. I'm going to be talking very fast. It's funny. I don't like slow speakers, but I bet I don't know this, but I bet you're primarily English. Your language is not English. Thoughts on yields? Something I could take a look at. So if yields are moving higher, what does that mean for index futures? Index futures should be moving lower. Bonds, if bonds are moving lower, which they are, these are all in sync. That's giving you an indication that if all of these are moving lower, bonds, then index futures, NQ, ES, YM will be moving lower. If yields are all moving higher, then that's an inverse correlation for index futures, which is good. So you want to see yields and dollar index moving in sync together, so they're both moving higher. That's good. You want to see bonds and index futures all moving in sync lower for a good correlation if you're just looking at terms of intermarket relationships. And that's one way, especially when you have those confluences, it's a good indication for a narrative and bias and overall direction, especially when those are moving in sync. Intermarket relationships are very, very useful, but you need to know when they're not as useful. Yes, Dean, they'll be at the very end. Mike, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't see the reason why I get so much hate, but again, when you get popular, there's always going to be people talking, so it's fine. Premium discount are so subjective with time frame. I mean, it's more or less experience. Every single time frame has a premium or a discount. Every single time frame does. You have to use them in accordance to what time frame you're on, what you're looking at. Yeah, if everybody can re-like the video, I appreciate it. I know it went down for a second. So we'll see in here. I mean, especially when you're reversing what I would call the overall narrative, I need a lot of evidence to do so, and the only reason I'd be doing that is because I understand I'm in a retracement to either continue lower, so price would want to have a retracement into a premium before selling off again. Could be an outright reversal. Do I see that? Not necessarily. Heavy Duty, only recently found your channel, really enjoying the content. I appreciate it. Like, you could be going long in here, right? And this could very well fail because you're in an overall bearish narrative. When price is seeking lower prices, it's seeking lower sell side liquidity, and the narrative is bearish overall. Trying to catch the very first bullish model of bullish structuring, to me, is lower probability. It's an easy way to avoid a loss that you don't necessarily need to take. And I've showcased that many times. Throughout all the times people, criticize whatever trades I take, I mean, think about all the trades that I'm not taking and I'm staying out of. And that's not being too timid. It's being aware of the risk and being aware of the rule sets, because there's a lot of times where a lot of people are trying to take certain trades that it's not really necessary to take. You don't necessarily need to take that, because if you stay within the narrative, because narrative is king, everything else is going to submit to it. It's going to bend the knee. And I always preach that. I've always worked within it. There's times where you can counter it because you understand you're either in a reversal within the narrative, and that's perfectly fine. You just need a good enough evidence to do so. Tom, yeah, I would say the same. I mean, we moved a lot prior to the silver bullet, which I kind of made notes about that yesterday as well in my personal study. Are you not going to be live anymore? I mean, inside of a private setting, yes, but not publicly, no. For retracement, what do you use for PD array range? 15-minute, 5-minute, other? Yeah, mainly 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute is usually what I'm working with. Realm Capital, I mean, this is the last public live stream I'm doing that I'm moving into a public setting, or a private setting. How do you balance that thought with price never moves in one direction? There's always a retracement, and that pairs with SB reversal. I mean, yes, but again, you'd have to work within the narrative. There's so many, like that question, there's a lot of things that could be answered to that. You have to be the analyst and be the decision maker in there. Each day's, each rule set, there's different rule sets around it, so it's going to be unique to that day. AMIR, I will discuss at the end. Mike, yep. Jabbers, I appreciate it. So I want to see if it's giving me clear enough evidence. Think about the case for the bullish side. What would be the case? Well, we've taken out sell side in here. We reached down into a higher time frame inefficiency. There is bullish SMT. So you have to add a few factors. The thing that makes me weary of doing that is the overall narrative is bearish. So sometimes you'll have a bullish setup. Sometimes it looks like it wants to go higher into a deeper premium, and then it outright continues lower. So Jabbers, I really appreciate that. Well said. I couldn't have said it any better myself. That word entitled is key. If price was to retrace higher, what would you be looking at? Why would it want to go up here? What's the logic behind it? Well, it would at least want to retrace into a premium and the RTH gap. So moving up into that premium, if the overall narrative is still bearish, price may want to retrace into a short-term premium into the RTH gap after taking sell stops with a bullish SMT to then sell off lower. That is a case that you can make. Can you show the bullish SMT? If you just look at this for your own personal study, I could just do it. The only reason I'm kind of hesitating because my SMT chart is not updating, so I can't pull it over right now. Otherwise, I would. If you look at these lows here, right, NASDAQ, you go over to ES, go to the daily. Look at the lows from Tuesday here, Tuesday, March 5th. Where's Tuesday, March 5th? March 5th is over here. Look at where ES is in comparison, right? NQ is making a lower low while it's making a higher low. That is a bullish SMT. It's failing to make that low. But in every single six sister approach where if ES wants to continue lower, there's always going to be a bearish or a bullish SMT or bearish. There's always going to be an SMT. So you have to decipher that if you're trading the six sister. I don't know where everything just went. Oh, duh. Yeah, I may have to reload that, Justin. That's probably why. What's up, Axana? I don't know if I said hi to you today. What's up? Exactly, Tom. Well, we talked about this before. If you have to end the week on a loss or a small loss, it's better than ending the week on a big loss or trying to chase back on a Friday some things that you did wrong throughout the week. More than likely, if you're emotionally charged by Friday, it's not just your capital. If you're down on your capital, you may be mentally just spent. You may be tired. Your focus may not be there. Life situations, family matters, whatever it is, your job. There's a lot of things that go on throughout your life, and by the end of the week, you may just be drained. So typically, throughout the beginning of the week, I'm a lot more focused. I'm a lot more energized. There's a lot, especially with live streaming, I'm a lot, I'm rested from the weekend. So you have to be aware of that as well in terms of Fridays. It's not just, you only have one day left of the week. It's, the whole week you've been working and you're fatigued. If people say that you don't ever get fatigued from trading, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, because I mean, I get mentally fatigued from this stuff. It's a lot to deal with every single day, and regardless if I was live streaming or not, it's just in general. So you have to be aware of that. Algo trading. What are we talking about here? Please, if you respect me and you've been with me, just please don't. I don't want any negative comments. I don't want any drama. I don't want any of it today. I just want to chill out and have a good last live stream. Very good, Tom. That's called accumulated emotions, and that can be accumulated throughout the week, throughout the month. And that's where people will tilt, and out of nowhere, you just blow your entire account. You blow your challenge. You've been working really hard, and you take a couple strings of losses. You're not down a whole lot, and then out of nowhere, one day, you just blow up. And it feels like you never saw it coming. But if you paid attention to it the entire time, your emotions were accumulating throughout the entire week. And they were just, below the surface, subtly building. And out of nowhere, you kind of just tilt and you go haywire. And you have to watch for accumulated emotions. Those are the worst, especially with tilt. I've dealt with it many, many times, and you have to kind of decompress yourself. You have to walk away and kind of do something different for a few days, whatever that option may be to help you. Why am I no longer live stream? Because I'm just moving to a private setting. Very good, Muhammad. AMD emotions, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think this week was definitely not the absolute easiest in the entire world, but I mean, I'm engaged on live stream 2 times, so you have to think about that. Like, think about some people are engaging 10, 20, 30 times within a day. I mean, think about that in a week. Like, it's pretty it's a good accomplishment in my eyes. I'm happy with it. You have to pull out the pros. Like the hyper self-critical people that really are overly competitive like me, that really want to do things in a high efficient manner. You're gonna be super self-critical no matter what. But I try to pull out the cons and kind of silence that voice a lot of times, because it's not helpful. Muhammad, I would definitely agree. I mean, it's not like it was unpredictable. I can say that a lot of the profiles every single day. If you guys watch me Monday through Wednesday, I mean, If you stuck with me Monday through Wednesday and you didn't take your trade, you didn't do anything, you wouldn't have hurt yourself. Yeah, yesterday, again, the delivery was awful yesterday. So it's one of those things I can't predict. I can't anticipate that. Like, to take 2 trades on the entire week is nothing to me. Like, it's, especially in a good week where you can have some good runs and prices clean. It's not consolidating on a daily time frame. It's easy to make back for that time and then those lost trades. So it's easy for critics to, in self-critics, to criticize themselves or criticize other in weeks like this, but it's a lot harder when prices move in efficiently. It's really easy. I mean, it would be bad if I was sitting here every day trying to trade and try to press in all those profiles. I'm very happy that I didn't. I'm very happy that I sat still and maintained discipline. And if I don't take a trade today either, that's perfectly fine as well. Yeah, and again, this is Casper. I feel like you're in a trade. I'm not trying to influence it, but this is why I'm not trying to pick a bottom. I'm not trying to pick a falling knife when the narrative's bearish. Nor am I trying to short. When we're engineering buy side here, I'm not trying to short. I'm not trying to long this. Only way I'd be trying to do anything is if we continuously press higher, we form some type of model that would indicate to me that we'd want to press into a higher premium. I'm not trying to dance around and gamble in here. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, right, Robbo. And that's exactly the whole point, is being right and wrong and calling draws and liquidity. To me, it's calling draws and liquidity is easy. It's not like huge. It is a good accomplishment for a newer student, but to be able to be in a position to manage it, it's a whole different thing, right? So, exactly, Tom. I feel like you already knew what I was going to say. Mike, yeah, I will release the details at the end of the video. It'll probably be within the next 20 minutes here. So if you stay patient, I would appreciate it. But it's going to be a private Discord where I'll be doing all the live streams, everything I do here, there. So if we maintain higher, this buy side, even though what I just discussed, I'm not upset or, damn, would have missed that. I feel like could have easily saw the other argument. So I'm waiting to see, can we get some upside here, get a clear evidence that we'd want to draw into this higher premium, and we'll see what happens. Again, what's 15 minutes usually my framework? You're looking at this inefficiency here, and I know my chart deleted it, but the RTH gap is residing somewhere in this higher portion here. So the RTH gap can be used as a confluence. What does this turn into? That turns it into an inversion, so change that. I don't buy particularly off of inversions. I like to have inversions that are coupled with a fair value gap. So if there's a fair value gap that's inside of the inversion, it would be a different story for me. Roberto F, thank you very much. Yep, I mean, everything's going to remain the same, if not just turned up more. Nico, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Just looking at it overall, that up close candle, you can, I know it's a lot, but that is also a bullish breaker. You have a low, a high, a lower low, then you have a higher high. So what is that? That's your bullish breaker. Make that a little lighter shade. Exactly, Rock. I mean, I don't, to a naked eye, I can usually see a lot of this stuff, but I'm just trying to annotate it for people. Let's see if we can go long in here. I'm just going to do it for the sake of the stream. The last one. So that inefficiency there with the inversion plus the breaker, if it doesn't tap into it, then it is what it is. Stop loss would go beneath the breaker here. Yes, with real money. So I want to see if it would go from here into the higher inefficiencies, 15-minute, 5-minute, higher premium inefficiencies. If it doesn't meet me in my entry, then that is what it is, you know? Like, I'm not just gonna randomly enter into the market. To be honest with you, I'm really quiet because I gotta go to the bathroom, to be honest with you, if you know what I mean. Doesn't have to be the highest or lowest up close, down close candle. It can also be the closest one before that leg. Correct. So if we leave that open, it doesn't snap into it, then I would have to delete it and figure out, can I get into something higher in here? How far is it willing to go? Etc. Would you consider ES 1020 the 5-minute model? I would have to look at it. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Sure. Told you to long mate. Yeah. Okay, that's what your win rate is. 1 million. This is the 4-hour inefficiency. So we go to the 4-hour time frame. There's a fair value gap there. I just have it on the 1 minute currently. I know the RTH is here. I'm not going to remark it up. My chart deleted it. But I know it's above price. So bluish breaker is basically the last candle of the range of swept liquidity. Correct, yeah. A bullish or bearish breaker, you're looking for this type of pattern. You just have to inverse it, but this, we have a low, a high, a lower low, then a higher high. That's the last up close candle in that series here. Vice versa for bearish. How much RR is this? I mean, I would just have to see how far price would really be willing to go. I see the inefficiencies above price. Yeah, this may stay as a breakaway, and this may travel higher. But I'm staying within discipline, and my framework is I'm just waiting for this. I'm drawing the line in the sand. I'm not going to chase price. I'm not going to get into the worst entry. If it doesn't tag my limit, then I have to adjust and say, all right, well, can I get into a different entry? Why did that just cancel? Okay. I didn't cancel it. I don't know what the hell happened. You're risking about 20 handles, so. Yeah, the connection is a little poor currently. So I believe that's going to be left as a breakaway cap, so I'm probably going to delete my limit here. Yeah, no, the connection is a little poor. Yeah, I think it should be better now. Yeah, the connection's good now. So I'm not paying too much to price today. I mean, yes, price move without me. Sure. We're moving into the end of silver bullet macro. Nelson, I can't tell if the comments you're making are... They seem condescending, to be honest with you. But keep that up, you're going to be gone. From here, like I said, I'm not talking too much today. I said, if you're upset about that, I mean, hey, I'm working within my rules. If I adjust my rules, if I adjust my discipline, and I work outside of that, that's going to bleed into everything else in life, regardless of whatever everybody else says. I'm working within my discipline and my rules. My rules is I'm entering in a fair value gap. If my fair value gap does not get hit, I'm not entering into the trade. It's drawing the line in the sand. ADE, appreciate you. So the only way I'd be willing to reback, enter in the market is if something formed for me to get into it. Nelson, it's just difficult. I truly don't mean that, but it's difficult to judge sometimes. Text is a difficult thing. Exactly, Roosta. But they won't see that. They'll be like, well, he had a trade idea. He didn't take it. It's like, well, it wasn't inside my model or my rules. So I'm not bending just because I want to. It's part of my rule set not to do so. But some people won't see that. Nico, I appreciate you, brother. I hope you have great success in your journey. I know you will. But Reno, appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, if you look at that, to me, it's a great point. It's sticking to your rules and discipline as if the analogy I keep drawing over and over again is drawing the line in the sand. If it doesn't meet me where I want it, if the market does not meet me my entry, it does not meet my criteria, then I'm not entering in the market. It's just part of my rule set. So, because if you just on a whim enter into something and you get lucky that wasn't a part of your rule set, then guess what? That's going to bleed into other times where you believe you can get lucky, you believe you can go against the rules that you already know work, and you'll end up probably getting stopped out, making the same mistakes over and over again. But if you don't bend yourself, you don't bend and mold just because of your emotions, that's a good thing. You should be happy. And again, this run was very insignificant to me. Like, silver bullet every day this week has been not very clean. I mean, and here was a decent run, but do you have any advice to traders wishing to live stream? That's a good question. I wouldn't do it for too long, but like everybody's different. I mean, I don't really have any advice. I can't really think right now, dude. I'm so drained. If you hear me like this live stream, dude, I'm so drained from this week and from everything that's going on today. Like, I'm trying my best to just stay focused. Oh, jeez almighty. I hope the stream's up, man. This day's been hectic for me in general. Like, it just said no data. Hopefully it's back. Am I interested in it anymore? No. As I'm just knowing myself and being truthfully honest. I'm so emotionally drained, and my focus is not there. I'm not trying to force myself into a trade. Like, I'm just being truthfully honest with all of you. I hope that the stream's still up. Like, yeah, I'm trying to deal with the stream. This going in and out today. This whole week has just been a little difficult. Yeah, I know, Mike. It's that's why I hate YouTube. It's not fun. Why wouldn't I want to take it long in here? Because we've already reacted off of this inefficiency here. We're still in an overall bearish order flow. So if price is really bullish, to me, it should have expanded through this. It should have moved higher from it. Not to say it won't. You'll probably make more money from live stream than a private Discord. No, I won't. I'm on Wi-Fi. I bought a new router just for this particular reason. Now it says the connection is excellent. Fridays, for some reason, I swear, every Friday I always have connection issues, and I don't know why that is. Yeah, even my internet's just bugging out. JP, yeah, I don't think people can really fathom like what I'm really doing here. The people that criticize this is very, very difficult. Yeah, I mean the Discord, yeah, as far as connection wise, it's not gonna be like this because YouTube requires OBS. It requires like certain streaming aspects to it that are not needed, honestly. So we're returning back into this breakout into the inversion plus that fair value gap, and I stated already why I don't particularly want to be longing in here after we've already moved away from it. So yeah, I'm not taking a trade. Like I've already kind of stated that. Like I said, I can't wait. I've mentioned many times. I was ecstatic to move to this private group and kind of just have all my focus on people that are learning, and at least I'm gonna have a lot more focus and energy and things to do. Be Paul. Have a good weekend. First time here learning the importance of patience. It's very, very crucial, yeah. So, I mean, overall, if I was just to look at this and if I was forced to take a trade, I mean, why I wouldn't be is, at least in the long setup, what I was originally looking at is if the overall narrative is bearish and you've moved away from even this inefficiency here, which is bearish, the fact that we've utilized this once, you moved into a bearish inefficiency, which the order flow is bearish. Then price is moving back down into it as a reclaimed area. That to me, I deem it lower probability. I'm not trying to enter on a reclaimed area. That price already is moving away from an opposing bearish narrative in liquidity pool or inefficiency, whatever it is. So overall, I'm just going to stick with that overall narrative. Again, that's me protecting myself. Nathan, I'll explain it here just in a second. We're about to wrap up the silver bullet. Wazy, what's up, brother? I'm going to miss yours. I see you've been killing it. Love to see it. Luke, all right, brother. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to you later. Zambada, appreciate you. I'm going to sit on here for about 5 more minutes. I'm going to discuss all the private group details, what to do, what it looks like, what we're going to be doing. I hope you all have enjoyed so far over the last 2.5 months. If you haven't been here, I would suggest going back through the live streams. I would suggest going back through the information and seeing what I've done through the last 2.5 months. I've posted my track record. I can pull it up again. We can go over that, what I've, over the last 2.5 months, the account that I've taken it on. So, SM, all right, cool. That's your personal opinion. People change their opinions of their minds. I've sat out here live doing this in front of others, proving that I'm profitable with a track record. So, just because somebody's selling something, does like people deem that automatically bad. I'm not going to sit here and defend myself because I've already done it a million times, but and we're out with no data. Yeah, the connection. Man, they really don't want me to win today. Is everybody good? The connection? I just want to make sure that everything's good before I go into this whole talking about the details and stuff before we move into it. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be it. I appreciate everybody in here. It's been an amazing experience with all of you who aren't joining. I have no hard feelings, I guess. I honestly wish the absolute best for all of you. You guys have been amazing audience for me. All the comments, all the subscribes, everything over the last 2.5 months, we've grown tremendously, and it's been a blessing to have all of you guys inside of here. So let's go into, let me do this. And hopefully you can see why I wasn't willing to retake that breaker entry. I'm just going to point out price. So I'm going to go over that now. So I will put this link in the chat here. Give me 1 second. And let me go over this first, just so I'm just going to pull it up, just so we're all aware here. And I'm going to try to hide a couple things. That way I don't give out details of my account. Just so all the haters who want to sit here and talk to me, and I'm just, excuse my ego, who want to talk to me about why I should or should not be releasing a mentorship. Hey, if you go back to the live streams the last 10 weeks, 8 of them have been profitable. You can verify that. This week and one other week was in January, which were not profitable. They were losing weeks, which weren't even that bad, even this week. So this is the account that I was live streaming with, taking the trades on. It does not matter the amount of money. I don't really care about all that. It's the amount of percentage, the information, everything that was given throughout the last 2.5 months. People have seen the value, and I'm not trying to justify myself, but there's already going to be critics for it, so I just want to shut that up, and we're gonna end it there before I give the details to how to join the private group. But this has been the last 6 months in total, but the last 2.5 months have been here, and I'm going to go over it This was this week. And yes, this trade was on Tuesday, which I told you all I took, but it was on a challenge account, and it was connected to my trade copier. So, and when I ended the day, I saw that this was taken on this account as well. So, complete transparency, that was there. This was yesterday. So, for all the people that are talking about me taking a loss, guess what happened after the live stream? Guess what? I ended the day in a very small loss. What did we do the week before? We ended in a win. This is February here, if it's going to load for me. Of course, it's not going to load. Okay, give me a second before I got to log back in, apparently. As you've seen today, we've been in a huge connection issue. The only reason I'm stating this is so there's transparency across the board. You can go back throughout the live streams. I know some people don't even care about this, and that's perfectly fine. But I want to make it transparent. Because everything I talk about, I could be telling you all to be patient. I could be behind the scenes taking a bunch of trades on accounts and doing things that are not actually transparent. And again, some people don't even care about the signals. They don't even care if I'm profitable. They just care about learning, which is fine. I understand. But I'm just doing this for people that are going to criticize me. It's okay. This is going to be, if it's going to load for me, this is going to be February. Look over it. This is going to be January. So all 3 of these months were what I was live streaming live to each and one of you. All of them were profitable. So for the people that want to criticize me, here's a track record for you. Here's proving to you that I'm justified to be able to have a paid service, to have something like this where I've given enough free content. I went out here live in front of hundreds of people every single day, live streamed, taking trades in front of people, told people when to sit still, educated people. So if you don't feel the need to pay for it, I don't have any hard feelings against it. The only reason I'm all discussing this is just because I already know the comments are already going to come in. So that's what we're going to do here. I know the stream's probably lagging. With that being said, this is what's going to happen here. I'm going to show you all what the private group is going to look like, what we're going to do inside of it. It's going to be mainly the same stuff. And I'm going to try to let the stream buffer a little bit here before we go into it. So let me know if the stream's clearing up or not, because I want to make sure we're all clear before I go into that. Type a 1 in the chat if you hear me or not. Thank you, Tom. Okay, we're back. Cool, cool, cool. It's live. Cool. Let me pop out the chat, and then we're going to go into everything with the private group and what is included in it, what the price is, and etc. So let me pop out the chat, the way I can read you guys. Give me 1 second here. So I will post this link in a second here in the chat. I'll post it on Twitter for those who are maybe watching this after. But it's going to be in the chat as well. So this is the group. This is the private group. Like I said, it's just justified, but people are still going to have criticism towards it. Anyways, no, there will be no refunds. Once you join, you can't just join for 2 weeks and then just end up not liking it. That's, again, I'm giving value and you can't just cancel it. So I have that clear in here. But this is the link that I will send to all of you. So it's either $99 for 1 month or $200 for 3 months. So if you find as if this information has been useful to you, you found it useful, I'm going to have a Discord server where we have live trading Monday through Friday, the same thing I've been doing. Day logs are going to be posted in there. I'm going to have some personal models and things I'll show with the Discord. And then psychology, we'll have a detailed section over that, which I do. And then Saturdays, I'll be doing a live stream that I didn't do on YouTube. I'll be doing a live stream over psychology, journaling, things that we can be doing together. Kind of a Q&A session overall. Like I said, I'm just going to be amping things up that I've been doing publicly inside of the private group. Again, if you want to, go through these questions, go through the certain things. Will there be guaranteed a profit? No. What's the refund policy? There is no refund policy, so understand that. Can you cancel your membership? Yes. but you will still have the entirety of your membership, even if you cancel it. Who's the mentorship tailored towards? People that are probably intermediate to advanced, that are just trying to advance their learning overall. So I will post this link in here, and let me go ahead and pull up the Discord. I'm not going to show everything in here because it has some information, but this is what the Discord looks like so far. Right? We have terms and conditions, onboarding. I can go to weekly schedule. That way you all can see the weekly schedule in here. It's the same thing. Saturday, Q&A, psychology. Sunday, we're going to have a weekly forecast per usual. Announcements, daily recaps, which are daily logs. Live streaming, chart analysis, economic calendar, main chat, personal models, education, and then we have live streams. So I kept it very simple, very clean. That way we'd all be not all over the place. So let me go ahead and post the link in the chat. And from there, whoever ends up joining, I appreciate all of you. We're going to see you in the private group or private Discord. And whoever doesn't, I appreciate all of you guys. Like I said many times before, you guys have been a blessing. You guys have been an amazing audience to me. I hope you all have a very successful endeavor. I'm going ahead and post the link in here. So feel free to join it. And I think it's going to be it for today, guys, or the rest of the time. Like I said, best of luck for those on their journey. Until next time, good luck and good trading, everybody. Peace.